Hey everyone, it's Rihanna and welcome back to another video. This video is actually in collaboration with Nicole over at Nics&Nacs. I'll leave her channel link down below and her video to this collaboration right here. We decided to count down our top 5 favourite characters in film from 2015. I'm really excited to be doing this collaboration with Nicole since I haven't collaborated with her in a while. I met her earlier on in 2015 and she is lovely. I love her so much, so definitely go subscribe to her channel and check out her videos, and check out, most importantly, her collaboration video for the top 5 characters of 2015. So before I actually get into my top 5 favourite characters in film list of 2015, I actually have 4 honourable mentions. So my first honourable mention is a character from the film Predestination, which is fantastic, and if you haven't seen it you really need to, which is the unmarried mother. I can't reveal too much about her character, but she drives this film and so much happens to her in Predestination. You are going to want to check this film out purely for her character. My second honourable mention is the character of Mark Watney from this year's The Martian. I absolutely love The Martian. It was one of my favourite films of this year and he drives the film. He keeps it comedic and lighthearted in a really crap situation when he is stranded on Mars, but I think Matt Damon and Ridley Scott did a great job with Mark Watney's character. My third honourable mention is the character of Ailish, played by Saoirse Ronan in the film Brooklyn. Super underrated and a great romance film. If you haven't seen it already, definitely go check it out. It was one of my favourites from 2015 and it's about a girl who travels from Ireland and immigrates to America to work, leaving behind her friends and family and having to create a new life. So it's very character driven and it's great to see her go on this journey and come of age. And my last honourable mention, who I could not leave out of this list, is Poe Dameron from Star Wars The Force Awakens, played by Oscar Isaac. I loved him. He was one of my favourite sub-characters next to Rey and Finn. I absolutely adored his character. A little bit underdeveloped, but I love how he knew how much of a good pilot he was, but he was so humble about it. I loved his comedy, and it's Oscar Isaac, so... Okay, enough with the honourable mentions, on to my top 5 list. At number 5 we have Ava, who is played by Alicia Vikander in the film Ex Machina. Now Ex Machina, I had mixed feelings about the film in general, but Ava as a character I absolutely adored. She is an AI, she doesn't really know what's going on, she's been programmed, so it doesn't feel like she has a personality until much later on in the film, and I think Alicia Vikander did a great job with her character. She was very kind of elegant in her movements, and she was a ballet dancer when she was younger. Alicia Vikander brought her movements to the character of Ava, and I just think seeing her gain this personality, this vulnerability and this fierceness in an AI, I think Ava was one of the most humane, realistic and well-developed artificial intelligence robots we've had in cinema in a while, and Alex Garland and Alicia Vikander really bring that to the screen. They make you sympathise with her, although you know she is an AI and she is very unpredictable and she will do whatever it takes to survive. And although I have mixed feelings on the film, Ava was definitely one of the main highlights of Ex Machina. Coming in at number 4 we have Gordo, who is played by Joel Edgerton in the film The Gift. Now The Gift surprised everyone this year. I wasn't sold on the trailers. I don't think many people were sold on the trailers for The Gift, but it came in like a wrecking ball and blew everybody's minds. Now the character of Gordo, I don't want to spoil it for you, but if you've seen the film you know he is unpredictable. He's a bit of a loner and comes into this couple's lives just trying to reconnect with his childhood friend, but you don't know the insides of Gordo. He's such a deceiving character and Joel Edgerton portrayed him so well in this film. Now I will say, spoiler alert, if you haven't seen The Gift, I'm sorry, but I have to talk about his character in detail because you don't know his true character form unless you talk spoilers. In the beginning of the film he comes into the couple's lives, he acts all friendly and he just wants to reconnect with Simon, and things take a turn for the worse. The twist at the end of this film, when you don't know what he has done to Simon's wife, when you don't know whether he's raped her or not, and when he's very sadistic and twists Simon's life around, although Simon has been a horrible person to him, you don't know what to do. You don't know how to trust this character. Because the ending of The Gift is ambiguous and you do not know whether or not to believe him, whether or not he raped Simon's wife, it was just a great character trait, and psychological characters like that really grind at me, so that's why I was really invested in Gordo's character, and he is at my number 4 spot. Coming in at number 3 on my list is another character you don't know whether to trust or not, and that is Alejandro from Sicario, who is played by Benicio del Toro. Now as beautiful as the cinematography in Sicario is, as intense it is, as well as it's directed and acted, Benicio del Toro's character Alejandro has got to be my favourite part of this film. He's mysterious and he has questionable morals and you don't know whether or not to trust him, and Benicio del Toro just brings that sense of mystery to Alejandro's character, and he brings that toughness when he has to go and interrogate the people to go and find the Mexican drug lord. And normally I don't like it when characters are underdeveloped, but the only thing we needed to know about Alejandro was his motive to go after this drug lord, and that's all we needed to know. And you rooted for this character. I could have watched a whole film just about Alejandro, his past and his future. Honestly, his character just stuck with me throughout this whole film. I really wasn't a fan of Emily Blunt's character Kate in Sicario because I don't feel she had enough layers, whereas Alejandro's character only really has two sides to him, and it worked so well because he was written so well. Coming in at my number 2 spot is the first of two badass ladies, and that is Furiosa from Mad Max Fury Road, played by Charlize Theron. Oh my goodness, I love Furiosa's character so much. Furiosa had her morals right, she was willing and she was tough in this film. She's a disabled character with only one arm, but she brings the house down in the action scenes of this film. She will do just about anything to get these girls to a safe haven. Not only is Furiosa a tough badass in this film, she is also a vulnerable character. When she goes back and finds out her homeland has been destroyed, you see her vulnerable side, you see all her hopes are now actually crushed. But she still keeps going on through this film. And as underdeveloped as most of the characters are in Mad Max Fury Road, because it is an ongoing action film that is just basically a road trip film, but with tons and tons of action and practical effects, Furiosa's character we sympathise with the most because we know her goals and we know that those hopes and dreams are crushed by now, and you just want to root for her to kill Immortan Joe and get back to the Citadel. My number 1 spot may not be a surprise to many of you who know how much I love Star Wars The Force Awakens, and that is Rey from Star Wars The Force Awakens, played by Daisy Ridley. I absolutely love Rey as a character. She's from an unknown background, she was abandoned on Jakku, she's had to spend most of her life scavenging for herself, and she just takes on this journey without any doubt, and she wants to leave Jakku, but she also has restraints because she's waiting for her family to come back, and she doesn't really know who she is and where she comes from, and that's what I love about her progress through the film. She really comes into her own as a person and as a character. I have to give a little shout out to Kylo Ren, who is a great character in Star Wars The Force Awakens, who has great motives, and I absolutely loved him as a villain. But Rey steals the whole film. Daisy Ridley's acting throughout this film, her vulnerability, her badassery, I absolutely loved it. She is ruling the box office. I've heard many complaints from many people saying how Rey is too good at things and how she's a Mary Sue and how can she fly something if she's never flown something before. Rey has lived and scavenged on Jakku for herself for a very long time. She carries around a staff for protection, and did you not see her take down those bullies trying to get BB-8? She is such a badass! And Rey can fly anything. She says it herself, she just gets into the Millennium Falcon and boom, she can drive it. Rey can do anything at this point, and I don't care if that's a flaw in her character. I absolutely love it. Because you know who else could do anything? Anakin and Luke Skywalker. But the female version and more badass. We don't only see the badass side of Rey, we also see the vulnerable side of her when she's trying to protect Finn against Kylo Ren, and when, spoilers, Han Solo dies. We also see the vulnerable side of Rey, and she just wants to run when she finds out she is Force sensitive and what her destiny is. She doesn't want anything to do with it. She is scared. Let's just reminisce about the fact that she's captured by Kylo Ren and saves herself, and she doesn't need anyone else to save her. I love Rey so much. I don't have any flaws in her character, I'm sure there are some, but I honestly love Rey as a character so much. A great role model for little girls. She's imperfect and she's strong yet vulnerable, and I thank J.J. Abrams and the writers of this film so much for bringing us a badass female character in Star Wars. I love Princess Leia, I really do love her, but I just love Rey so much, and she's hands down my favourite character of 2015. Of course, there are hundreds of other characters that I missed off of this list. These were just my top 5, my personal picks, but let me know what your favourite characters of 2015 were down below in the comments. As I said, you can go check out Nicole's top 5 list right here and go subscribe to her channel. If you like this video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up, and if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. I'll be putting on lots more TV related and movie related videos for you guys very soon. As usual, all my social media links, including my Twitter, Facebook, Instagram and Letterboxd, will be down below in the description. That's all I have for you guys today. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!